Good day, guys. Thanks for visiting That Journal Guy. My name is Richard, and this is another video. This time talking about my daily badges. Now, I'm going to try to demystify this because there's a lot of people on the Facebook groups that have been wondering what the heck do I mean by a daily badge. Now, it's not anything super special. It's just something that I thought of from my own gaming days and stuff like that. I'm still a big video game guy. And in the process of playing video games, there's something called achievements. And basically you get a little bit of a digital badge when you finish something. So sometimes it's something obscure like finishing a level within a certain time limit or what have you. But in terms of just general life in general, I wanted to give my journal a little bit of a colorful flair, but also I'm a very visual kind of guy when it comes to knowing what I did during the day, and these colors sort of give me a code saying this is the kind of day that I had that week. Now this is the last week of May. My last video I showed you my June spread, and I haven't filled out my badges yet, but basically the badges are just a color code. And I wouldn't call it a reward because it's not really a reward. It's basically at a glance, I know that I put in a certain amount of time or recognize a certain amount of effort put into different aspects of life in general for me. So this is a coding system for me. It doesn't necessarily work for you maybe, but these are a general look at my badges. Now this is the old style that I've done, the squares. And this month I'm switching it around to circles. Now, thankfully, because of this awesome all-purpose template that I found at Michael's yesterday, now I can start switching it up with some circles. So I'm really excited about that. But you can sort of see there, I've got like 8 different categories that I will quickly go over. And maybe this will give you an idea to give you a visual, colorful way to sort of document your day. I guess for lack of a better way of explaining this, it's kind of like a visual rapid logging kind of thing, right? So it's more of a journal. It's kind of what happened through my day. And so these are the categories I'll sort of explain. So if I start with red, red is obviously a spending day for me. Red with the dollar sign means I spent something significant or, just sort of general things. It helps me keep track of my spending. But if I put a plus in the red, it also means that maybe I got a bonus or something, some unexpected money. Paydays I'll put under red, but I'll put a plus underneath it so that I know, or plus inside of it, knowing that it's going to be a positive thing in my life, right? Obviously there are some necessary expenses, but I keep track of all my expenses and all my spending on there. But I also recognize whenever I get paydays or I do a no spend day, I'll put a plus in there to say, hey, I went to a store but I didn't spend anything unnecessarily. So that's what red means. The orange badge is basically a household badge. We have dishes that pile up, we have laundry that piles up, we've got general decluttering and purging to do, especially with spring now in full bloom, spring cleaning and stuff like that. Anytime that I complete some sort of household task, I'll give myself an orange badge with a little house symbol inside saying, hey, I put some work into my apartment with the family today. So that is my orange badge. My yellow badge is more significant for us guys. This is my Bujo badge. So anytime I put some time into my journaling, I recognize that as an achievement for myself because it does take time to maintain our journals. I mean, this takes work, right? This is a lot of work, right? So all the thought that goes into our spreads, all the thought that goes into our trackers, all the thought that goes into, hey, what did I do during the day? We're trying to remind myself of what's going on. The Bujo is time spent, right? So I want to give myself a badge saying, hey, I put time into this. And now this also includes the social media that I am involved in, Instagram and YouTube, when I try to put together videos and also put down content in my Instagram. So that's my Bujo badge. The light green is my self-care badge. Basically anything that helps me take care of myself or contributes to my well-being. So I'm basically getting up on time, getting up and showered, prepping for the day tomorrow, the evening before, my workouts, the chill time that I have with the TV or with myself. It's more of a myself kind of thing. This is my family one. But so if I'm doing a lot of self-care, my light green badge is there. So this also includes time with friends, time with on Facebook, you know, because I take my social media connections quite seriously. And it means a lot to me. When you guys supporting me on the Bujo groups here, as well as on YouTube and Instagram, putting time into that means something to me. So this is my self-care. The dark green I mentioned is my family time. So anytime that I spend time with my family, whether you know, my son with my previous or my son with my current, I'm in a blended family, so I have to sort of juggle that. But I mean, recognizing the time that I've spent with my son and or my other son, or time that I've spent with my common law, or time that we all spend together, this is time well spent, and it's time to remember. So when I give myself a dark green badge, I know that I put some time into my family and spending time with them in a quality kind of way. So the blue badge is my work badge. This badge appears a lot in my spreads because I recognize all the big tasks that I have to do weekly. Now, this could be easily summarized as an ideal week, but I like, you know, challenges that come up sometimes require extra time. So I recognize those challenges at my office job. I also work at Skip as a part-time job. So I'll recognize the time that the extra time that I put into Skip, and also in any notable things, like if I was recognized for certain extra work or going above and beyond, I'll put that as a work badge. So time spent at work. This is my eat in badge. Now, why is eating in so important? Because I don't want it to be a red badge. Whenever I eat out, I count it as an expense. But whenever I'm eating in, I give myself a badge for that, because it does take effort to eat in. It does take effort to make sure that you're eating in, using up groceries, using up ingredients, versus the convenience of eating out. So I give myself a purple badge because, hey, that's just time spent making sure, making my meal, putting effort into myself, and eating in. Most of the time I'm eating in probably more healthy than eating out, right? So so that's my eat in badge. And this is my recreational badge, time that I spent into myself. Now this takes many forms. I'll actually maybe just flip through a different one here. If I can find one. Yes, here we go. So this is my gaming badge. So if I put some time into my gaming, actually this relearned cube, I actually picked up a Rubik's Cube again recently, and I actually relearned how to solve it. So fun kind of gaming stuff I put there. This is my poor attempt at being like a film, like a film icon. So basically chill time with Jackass 3D. So I mean, it's streaming stuff, right? So if I find that I'm streaming something purposefully versus just watching something on TV, I'll put that down as a time spent, because you know, watching a movie when you're choosing to versus just what's on TV, I put time into that, right? So watching The Core and stuff like that. Yeah, here we go. There is one more badge I thought I had for brown, but oh yeah, it's my music badge. Action. Hang on. Haha. Let me show you that. I do play guitar. And here it is, yeah, guitar at lunchtime. So yeah, so whenever I have a chance to play guitar, I'll give myself a little notepad right there. So when I review my May spread now you guys kind of see the time spent during the days varies, right? So when I started doing this whole badge system, I basically, this was the end of April, start of May. You can sort of see, you know, things that I try to sort of concentrate on. So if I go through some of these and I can see, oh, this was a busy day at work, for example, or oh, this was a good self-care day. I really took care of myself there. Oh, this was a really good family time over the weekend, kind of thing. And yeah, so I mean, it's really good at a glance to sort of see color coding. And for me, as a visual kind of person, this kind of system kind of works for me, right? I'm using super tips to color in my badges, and I'm using Jelly Roll white to fill in the icons. So yeah, oh, here you can see I got a free oh yeah, I got like a little plus symbol for my pay and some credits here, but then I also spent money to top up my laundry card and put gas in the car, kind of thing, right? So here's some household stuff, so laundry loads and dishes and stuff like that. These are like, you know, it's almost silly, right, to give myself a badge for simple household things, but for a guy like me who's like really trying to stay on top of chores, staying on top of self-care, trying to stay on top of all the tasks that I have to do at my work every week, and now trying to keep up with my journal, it is time that you have to purposefully allocate. It's time that you have to purposely put into your day, and recognizing that effort into putting in effort into the day, it should be recognized and it should be remembered. And you know what, if you sort of think maybe it's just a tedious way to track your day, well, that's your opinion. But for me, I mean, like, I love recording small victories like this, like things that I know pay off in the end, pouring into my family, pouring into myself, especially pouring into my household, pouring into work, making sure that I'm not overspending. Those kinds of things are really important for just life in general, right? So I mean, I just want to make sure that I document this and give myself a pat on the back. It's like, hey, I did put in a lot of effort at work. This was a really bad work day because I had so many other mysterious tasks come up that I managed to solve. Good on me, right? But it does take a lot of time. So you can sort of see there's some badges that I still have to fill in, but it's tasks and things that I've done. So it's not really a planning thing. It's not really a planning tool. It's more of a diary tool, or maybe a rapid logging tool, or just something to sort of add a little flair to tracking one's day. So take this as you will. I mean, this is my daily badge system, my Bujo badge, if you want to call it. When something like this comes up, I really have trouble calling this a bullet journal now, because it's not really a bullet journal, but more of a journal, more of a documentation of my day. And I've actually I take pride in it more because I'm sticking with this. Ever since I started this bullet journal journey, my journaling journey in March, just with the Facebook groups, this has become really an integral part of my life now. And it's like, wow, like this is really neat to look back on May and say, this is what I did. This is all the kinds of things I did. This is the stuff I spent money on. This is the stuff I acquired. Some stuff I didn't spend money on. Time I spent into my journal. Time I spent into my days in general. Right? It's a really neat way to do it. So I mean, take it as you will. I mean, maybe it'll serve a purpose for you. Maybe it won't. But I mean, now I hope it demystifies the whole daily badges system that I use. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, this is That Journal Guy, Richard here, sharing, my journal journey with you guys. So as you can see, I have to fill in my badges for June and catch up with the end of May here. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. So stay tuned for more. I'll be posting pictures as ideas come up, and I hope you guys will tune in for more. Again, it's That Journal Guy, Richard here. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.